Hello, trail travelers. This is Carrie, and today we are exploring Moab, Utah. It's about time. So stay right there. We'll be right back. It is 7 o'clock in the morning, and we're heading to Top of the World. It's going to be the first trail that we do here in Moab, and it's one of the furthest trails from the city. Most of them, or at least a good chunk of them, are pretty darn close to the city. This one is a little over an hour drive away, and but I think it's going to be worth it. It's a cool shot, and it looks like a really awesome trail. But I got to tell you, the road to this is mind blowing. It is absolutely phenomenally gorgeous. I mean, look at these cliffs. The Colorado River is right next to me. It is just an incredibly beautiful view. I mean, if you're the type that if there's no pine trees and mountains and snow, that's not where you want to be, well, this might not be for you. But if you love absolutely stunning rock formations, beautiful red rocks, water, and kind of this deserty look, man, this has got to be as close to heaven as it gets. The road is extremely well paved, nice smooth ride. It will vary between 35 and 45 miles an hour, and like I said, the estimated drive time to the trailhead is about an hour. So, it's a little bit of a hike to get out to, but man, what a view when you get to the end from what I've seen. I haven't been there yet. This is my first time driving around in Moab. So hopefully it's going to be pretty spectacular, and I cannot wait to see the different views. It's expected to be about 68 degrees today. It just, man, can't ask for better weather, better scenery. This is going to be epic. When you see that old bridge, it's time to make a right and head down the trail. From that point, it's about 5.2 miles to the trailhead, and there is a restroom there, so take advantage of that before heading on any further. And in about 5 miles, we should be there. Just as you get going, there's a great place to pull over, little parking lot, good spot to air down because it's a bumpy ride, and airing down is definitely going to smooth it out. It's much better now that I've got my tires down. I'm going to run about 15 psi here and just kind of see what lies ahead, see if I need to go down a couple more pounds. But right now, 15 should be fine for getting out to the trailhead. We are officially on the Top of the World Trail, and if you can see this, it is pretty rough little surface here. It's a kind of sandy with a lot of big dips in it, but any stock Jeep so far is going to be able to do this part, but I doubt you can probably finish it, but we'll see how this goes. That's a nice little drop off right there, little shelf. But I gotta say, the road to get to the trailhead is gorgeous. These huge vistas, big mountains, and just absolutely gorgeous terrain. So we're just gonna head up here and see what this is all about. While the beginning of the trail is pretty tame, the further up you go, the more tricky it gets. At first, you may think that a stock vehicle is going to be able to handle it, but it doesn't take too long before you realize you're going to need some lift and some tires to get through some of the shelves that are there and get over the rocks. Yeah, it gets a little gnarly. If you do manage to make it to the overlook, you will be greeted with some amazing views. There aren't too many things like that out there, and this is definitely a trip worth making. If you got the right gear, you got the right rig, it's all set up properly, and you got the cojones to get up there, it is well worth it. This view is absolutely stunning. I don't know of too many other places that are like this, where you are sitting on top of a cliff looking out over this huge, beautiful expanse. This was a trip worth taking for sure. Well, that was top of the world, and what a trail that was. It starts off pretty easy, little dirt road, and it just gets crazier and crazier all the way to the top. And if you look at the map here, I'll show it to you. There's a big long stretch, and then there's a loop at the top. Well, that overlook is right at the edge or the end of that loop, and then you start circling back. Well, I don't recommend continuing that loop around for everybody. If you barely made it up to the top and you thought it was pretty hard, don't go the loop. Go back the way you came, because it gets really, really sketchy. Show you some footage here on the way down, where it just, it was a little rough in a few spots. And I mean, most lifted Jeeps with like 37-inch tires are not going to have a problem. You can make it through it. I obviously made it through it. It's just a matter of, are you going to feel comfortable doing it? And I did break my little Autobots hitch on the back, busted that off, coming off a rock. Just wasn't anything I could do. The tire slid down and cracked it because I just didn't have quite enough clearance. So there's definitely some tricky spots if you follow that loop around. If you were okay, you just like, all right, that was fine going up, I don't want anything harder, then come back the way that you went up on, which would be the right side of the loop, and just circle back and you'll be fine. But it will take quite a while to finish up that loop if you go continue counterclockwise on it. But great, got my first Jeep badge of honor on that trail, so I'm pretty happy with that, and it was a lot of fun. So now, heading back to Moab, gonna get some lunch, go hit another trail. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe. Share your videos. Always like to see where you guys are going. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.